Plug and play, plug and pay. Tech giants with a trust problem take aim at the world's most sensitive industry. Big tech takes aim at the low profit retail banking industry. Silicon Valley giants are after your data, not your money. The annual Web Summit in Lisbon each year is Woodstock for Gigs. Over 3 days in November, 70,000 tech buffs and investors gather on grounds the size of a small town. Rockstars like Wikipedia's boss and Huawei's chairman parade on the main stage. Elsewhere, people queue for 3D printed jeans and watch startups pitch from a boxing ring. Money managers announce dazzling funding rounds. Panelists predict a cashless future while gazing at a huge crystal ball. A credit card mogul dishes out company colored macarons. Yet the hype conceals rising nervousness among the fintech participants. After years of timidity, big tech, with its billions of users and a gigantic war chest, at last appears serious about crashing their parties. It is the one group everyone is scared about, says Daniel Weber of FXC Intelligence Data Firm. Each of the so-called GAFA quartet is making moves. Amazon introduced a credit card for underbanked shoppers in June. Apple launched this credit card in August. Facebook announced a new payment system on November 12th. Its mooted cryptocurrency, Libra, however, has lost many of its backers and will face stiff regulatory scrutiny. The next day, Google said it will start offering current account in America in 2010. Individually, each initiative is minor, says Anthony, a former boss, but together they mark the acceleration of a trend that could reshape the banking industry, finance industry. The GAFAs have long had an interest in finance, yet until recently, they focused on payments, each in its own way. Apple Pay and Google Pay are digital wallets. They have the digital version of the credit cards. They hold the digital version of cards and do not process transactions. Neither changes merchants a fee. They simply store everything in one place and make payments more secure by masking customer details. Google collects transaction data, Apple does not. Otherwise, holding a phone over a contactless terminal is the same as tapping a card. Tapping a card. Facebook Pay stores card details for use on the group's various apps. Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp, so customers need not enter them every time. Pay does the same and also saves the details for payments on partner websites. Uniquely, it processes payments, things, a task others leave to specialist firms. When a purchase is made through Apple Pay, it asks the card issuers if there are sufficient funds. If the answer is yes, the shop releases the goods. The money itself generally moves at the end of the day. What this system shares is their limited success. After 8 years, Google Pay has just 12 million users in America, a market of 130 million households. Only 14% of the country's households with a credit card use Apple Pay at least twice a month. In October, the number of customers who used Amazon Pay was just 5% of the number who used PayPal, says Second Measure, a data firm. This contrasts with the explosive growth of WeChat Pay and Alipay, China's super apps. This allows shoppers to pay for nearly anything from tea to taxis by scanning a QR code. A QR code launched in 2013, they have over a billion users each. They process transactions worth a third of China's consumption spending, and are now big lenders in their own right. But the comparison is unfair. China was able to leapfrog the world because of permissive regulation and a lack of existing payment systems, digital payment methods. The rich world already had a decent credit card system, points out Aaron, limiting the appetite for novel solutions. Financial red tape also binds tightly in the West. To operate as payment institutions across America, newcomers need a right license to license in every state. That makes the GAFA's move into retail banking even more puzzling. Since the financial crisis, credit provision has become one of the world's most regulated activities that constrains returns on capital and profits. Western lenders' valuations are a fraction of tech firms. Nos Sankar, a consultancy, why would big tech want to be a bank? The answer is twofold. The tech giants may not yet know exactly what they want, says Martin. Silicon Valley likes to place bets and see what sticks. Place bets and see what sticks. And they probably do not actually want to be banks as long as consumers do not notice. At bottom, a bank is a balance sheet, a factory that turns capital into financial products, for example, mortgages and loans, and a sales force, says Dave. Consultancy. The first two are heavily regulated, and big tech is uninterested. That's why the giants have turned to banks to do the tedious bits. Apple's card is issued by Goldman Sachs, and Amazon one's by Chase, Synchrony, and American Express. Google's accounts are backed by Citi and a banking union. Rather, the tech giants covet distribution. Their smarter systems and lack of branches should enable them to strip costs out, says Terra, the venture capital arm of the Canadian pension fund. More important, selling banking products should lead more people to use their payment systems. Apple and Google want one more reason for consumers to keep their phone under the pillow at night, says Lisa. Amazon wants payments in house, so users never leave its app. But above all, the GAFAs want data. They are already good at inferring consumers' preferences from browsing patterns and location. But spending patterns are more useful. They could be used to assess as performance or promote products. An investor says tech giants could even start dispensing financial advice. It may take them some time to get there. Current accounts are sticky, according to Novantas, a financial consultancy. Only 8% of American retail customers switch bank each year. Yet they should enjoy having more choice. Free perks and a great user experience could sway them, especially if they know that a bank is in charge of the sensitive bits. Lenders will also become big tech. Also welcome big tech, at least initially. Distribution accounts for half of the operating costs at America's typical retail bank, says Gerald, a consultancy. Tying up with the GAFA would be a neat way to access new deposits, a cheap source of funding. Yet, as big tech starts to own consumer relationships, banks could lose clout. They may be forced to give away more data and fees, says Andre. They could end up akin to utilities, providing low-margin financial plumbing. Squeezed profits could lead to a wave of mergers and closures. Digital upstarts will also fill the hit, especially if big tech cross-subsidies its financial offerings. Regulators have so far seen new entrants in financial services as a welcome catalyst for the innovation banks have failed to foster. This could change if the giants charge in. At the Web Summit, Margaret, the European Union's competition commissioner and a GAFA skeptic, mused about the risks to democracy if tech firms become too powerful to oversee and regulate. We can reach for the potential, she told the audience in Lisbon, but we can also do something to control the dark side.